Hello everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay so far tonight. I'm going to turn this down, but also turn on some music. Let's see. Okay, should be good to go. Alright, it's going to be more of a chill, relaxed night, guys. Not too much going on here. Bitcoin is curling back up a little bit. We're going to wait to see if it's going to come back down a little bit more, or if it's going to try to rally back up here and go to another all-time high. In order for it to go to another all-time high in the short term, it really does need some help with the whales, somewhat like we saw with right here. But until something like that happens, it's kind of a slow-moving Bitcoin at the moment. And hey, Hapa, hey, Rodriguez. Hope you guys are both having a very good night. I've been busy. Just took Loki outside for a bathroom break. There we are. Let's see. Alright, welcome. Let the stream get populated here a little bit. Loki's playing with the toy, so I think we should be good, everybody. Hey, Alden. Hope you're having a very, very good evening or daytime, depending on where everybody is right now. I wasn't able to stream last night since I was out with my mom at the hospital, but I can stream tonight, so that's going to be a good thing once I get more comfortable here. Let's see. Hey, Steve, I'm glad we have you, Mike. Yeah, no worries, guys. It's been a long week, but at least I can kind of relax a little bit now. I'm taking care of the puppy right now, but he just wants some affection. But I'll give him a little pet. His face is covered in dirt because I took him out. He was trying to dig holes, but he's having a good night. Hey, Taco. Hey, Waka Flacco. Not much, guys. It's been a pretty busy week for me. I went to the casino last night. That was something fun I did. I lost $70 for being there for 5 hours. So I thought I did a pretty good job of of gambling, if I do say so. Let's see. Hey, Anthony, and hey, Courtney. Hey, dude, you gotta stop, dude. It's always when I start streaming, this guy gets all over the place. Let's see. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Mike. Hope your mom gets better soon. She's getting better. So we waited so 12, so it's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 8 hours to get through the emergency room yesterday. It was a pain. Some of these hospitals are not being managed properly. It's freaking horrible. I don't blame the day-to-day staff people, but that management, oh my gosh, it was horrible. But yeah, she's gonna get better. They gave her some medication, I think, or they're gonna check up on her during dialysis. Dude, Loki, stop. My dog's starting to act bad enough to where I want to put him in the kennel. Oh, let's see. Go over some coins you like in the metaverse. Any coin in the metaverse is good. If you want to be buying something and holding it for a long term, that's the better play than trying to swing trade them. Anything in the metaverse, find a metaverse coin that's under a $200 million market cap, buy some of it, leave it alone for years, then make money off of it. That's how you got to play those coins. With a somewhat new type of world, it's not too new if you ask me, since we've been having stuff like it before, but the crypto aspect of it is nice. But I would say just pick a coin under $200 million market cap, buy it and hold it. That's the goal. Let's see. What do I think about Rivian? I think it's only good for a long-term hold. I'd probably wait to see how it responds a little bit. If a lot of people were buying up Robinhood when it opened up, and now look at it, it's going to all-time lows here pretty soon. So just start taking some small bites if you want to, but it's more of a retirement play for me until I get some more data on it. Then maybe I'll trade some options and stuff like that. But I want to see how it works out for now. But I am buying some shares of it, But don't expect it to be something like Tesla. Remember, Tesla had a very small market cap when it opened up came on the scene. You're gonna see stuff like Rivian, or however you pronounce it. You're gonna see that it already has a mega market cap, so don't expect it to go parabolic like Tesla did. Okay. Let's see. Here it goes. What are your thoughts on Microsoft? Is it going to have a little pump? Microsoft. You could try to do a day trade right here. If it breaks above $338.79, that could be good. But until it breaks above that, right now it's resistance. So if it does have a little bit of a pump, grab it as it passes above that, and you should be okay going up. you know, as it goes up. The one thing, just make sure that you try to buy it towards the end of the day. That way you can confirm that this, the price of Microsoft on the day candle will actually close above the $338 range. There we go here. Bitcoin's trying to call back up here. And remember what I told you guys a couple days ago? I know I wasn't here too much yesterday because I was with my mom at the hospital. But remember I told you guys we don't see 5 red candles all too often. And now we're starting to get those green ones back up here. So that was nice, just a little random nerd stat to be looking at. Let me go over here. Let's see. Hey Molly, rip to my 20K worth of SHIB. Make sure you, be very, very careful with SHIB, guys. I mean, we've talked about SHIB quite a few times here, about the proper times to buy it and whatnot. The 15 looks good. It's kind of pumping up a little bit. The proper time to buy it was either when it was down here on the channel like I bought it, or on the breakout right here. Now, there's a few other breakout opportunities which are fine to be buying, but for now, when you're buying this, you're looking to buy it when it's actually close to the moving, to the trend line here. That's when stuff gets interesting. Let's go to the 4-hour here. See, it tapped on it once, buying opportunity. Another buying opportunity was in this buying zone. Now, you could still buy some SHIB here if you wanted to. It's definitely going to try to fight to get above the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. But, you know, it would have been a much better, it might have been a better opportunity to buy it down here when it was closer to the trend line. That way, if you buy it, you could have just used the trend line as a stop loss, or even a little bit lower, so in case there was a wick or something like that. But if you were to buy it just somewhere around here, let me go to the high of this candle, you would have lost about, get the magnet off, you would have lost about 5%. Now, if you're buying right now, you're risking losing about 6% or so. Well, no, my math is not right there. Oh, I guess it's still right. 5%. 5%, yeah. That's still a pretty well, 6%, but yeah. It's still better to buy down here. Let's see. If only by a couple percent savings. But I guess those a couple percent could add up a little bit here. Anything I could see here? I mean, she might have a nice little popping opportunity here. Tried, failed with the 50 there. He has a chance of having a nice little move back up to maybe above 0.00006, somewhere up here. That might not be a bad price target for it at the moment. What would be a return on that for SHIB? You better buy it now. There you go, about 11% or so. So it's not a bad opportunity. Again, better to buy down here, but still a decent opportunity to be buying some SHIB. Alright, there we are. Looks like Dogecoin has been gliding up okay, but had a little bit of a little spike here a while ago. It's just okay though. Let's see. What do I see Doge by the end of first quarter 2022? I'm hoping somewhere at least around 50 cents, if not higher. Right now, we're just waiting for altcoin season. So if altcoin season didn't happen and Bitcoin just continually grinds up here, around 50 cents or so. Yeah, I'd totally say that. Dogecoin's being held down consistently by some whale, or just the pure fact that so many new coins are being made every single day, or mined every single day, and it's causing a little bit of problems for it. So I'm still happy to hold this for the long term, but I'm not putting any more money into it at the moment. I'm just kind of patiently waiting this sucker out. But I think 50 cents is a good goal by the first quarter of 2022. But you're really just waiting for whales to pump this up. Somebody tried to a while ago, if you guys remember here for Dogecoin. It was right after SHIB did its thing, and you just saw this massive spike. And since then, it's been coming back down here. But this was a crazy, crazy time. Because it spiked, and then it held up here for a while when normally it spikes and then just comes straight back down afterwards. So it was pretty interesting. I think Doge is getting closer and closer to breaking out, but it seems like the last time it tried to break out, Bitcoin was not liking it. And if you're looking at this pennant here for Dogecoin, this pennant lasts all the way until April of 2022, but I could definitely see it coming up sometime in January, early next year. Hopefully whales can bring it up a lot faster, which can happen quite a bit, but I think it's due for another pump up here past 28.5 cents in the next few hours. But let's say 12 hours because these are 4-hour candles. Oh, these are day charts. Sorry, about sometime next week we're gonna have a nice pump for Dogecoin. Hopefully it gets back up to 30 cents or so. All right. Wish firing the CEO. probably a good move. Wish is a horrible website. Wish is a horrible product. Like, everything about Wish sucks. So, you know, Wish has become a joke where if you buy something from Wish, you're going to get a trash product. You know you're not going to get what they say you're going to get. It's just complete trash, a trash website, trash company. Hopefully with them firing their CEO, maybe they can try to turn that ship around and make it something more reliable. But man, is Wish is a pathetic, you know, company. It's not really good at all. Let me see. Is anything actually going up right now? SHIB is going up a little bit, trying to have a small breakout. And what else are we looking at? How it's alts looking, if I can find it. Oh, really? No alt? Okay, that's fine. Let's see. There you go. This RACA one has been something that's been a lot of people have been looking at over the past few minutes as well. This is a 4-hour chart. Oh, it doesn't look too good right here. It never looks good on these ones. All right, but this is the daily. And this thing has been rocking up recently. Hey, boy, you okay? All right. Yeah. Good. Ooh, you gotta dry off. It's been pouring down rain here in the Pacific Northwest, and Loki's always wet after he uses the bathroom. All right. There we are. All right. There we go. You'll see what's happening over here on the wiki. Yeah, over the past 24 hours. Man, I'm really off my game today. Sorry, guys. I feel like I'm just tired. Let's see. Here we go. In the last 24 hours, we have Rune moving up here. KuCoin token. Oh, that's nice to see. I have a few of these. Crypto coin. Okay. Oh, not much. Okay, that's fine. There we are. No, stop. There you go. Alright. Okay. So right now for Bitcoin, guys, we're looking at slight movement, but nothing too crazy. Overall, this is a daily chart. Overall, we're still climbing up pretty well. The one thing we just want to make sure of in the short term is that we don't go down below this blue line here. I'm going to change it to a different color, though. Let's just make it white. We don't want it to break down below this white line, because if that does happen, we're probably going to be heading back down here towards... Let's see the different fib levels, actually. At least down to about 59,695, somewhere around there. And then we'll try to bounce off again. But if not, we're definitely going to probably come back down here to the mid-50s or something like that. Which could be a gigantic breakdown only to have a big boom here. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does happen, just be aware. If it does break down below this fib level here at 59,695, it'll be a pretty tough one, maybe taking this back down to 53,000 or so. But for now, as long as it stays above that white line, we should be good. You thinking of some leap calls and a wish for a gamble play being out there cheap right now? That's a good gamble play for sure. Especially if they're able to turn around. Maybe they have a good announcement coming up sometime soon as well. If they can fix that ship and fix that company, then yeah, I think it'll be a good play. And it's definitely worth the high risk, because especially since they are so cheap, it'll make your life a lot easier. Because you don't have to worry about so many losses, losing so much money. Here's Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart. Anything else I need to look at? No, we're going to look at SHIB here for a few minutes. I just want to see what it's up to. It's still grinding. Hey, Levins, what are my thoughts on Saitama? I think it's fine. I personally wouldn't be holding it right now since it's already boomed up so much. But it's definitely a momentum play. So if you wanted to hop on the ride, so to speak, you could. Just make sure you're not putting too much money into it. But I think it's fine. Hey, Lagrasso. Hey, my man. Hey, Kevin. How worried should we be that Binance suspended all Dogecoin network withdrawals on November 11th? I don't think we should be too worried. I'm hoping it'll just get fixed up soon. But so far, it hasn't really done anything to the price. I mean, since that happened, Doge has still been kind of doing its own thing. What I do need to do is I need to do more research on that. So take what I just said about with a grain of salt. I'll figure out why they did it, but I just have not paid attention to it at all. But if it was really bad news, I would have expected Dogecoin to have a pretty, like catastrophic fall, or something taking it to like 20 cents or 15 cents or something crazy like that. So it doesn't seem like it's affected it all too much. So I'm overall bullish on it. But I'll do some research for you to see why exactly it happened. Because honestly, I have no idea why they stopped withdrawals on it. Let's see. This is a potential breakout here for Dogecoin as well. This is the 4-hour chart though. Okay, go back over here to SHIB. There we are. Hey, Tucker, your opinion always helps me out a lot. Oh, yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Got some drinks. Cheers, everybody. Well, not alcohol just yet, but because I'm tired as hell. Looking to sand. Sure. Remember, only be day trading sand at the moment unless you're doing a long-term hold, because this thing is swinging is going to be dangerous with this one. At the moment, it's trying to do a very ugly cup and handle here, and this is the handle. And so you would expect this thing to start going up here a little bit later after a very ugly cup and handle. Let's go to the 2-hour here. And you said you wanted to buy some if it went down below 268. That's way down here. Yeah, we just here. Hold on. Let's see what they're. If it goes down to 268, I'd be careful because there's a strong chance it would have a breakdown below the 20 and the 50 moving averages on the 4-hour chart and come back down here towards like 237 or so. So just make sure if you do want to buy at that level, it's going to be a small position. And then if it does break down, you can start buying a little bit more here. But I'd say if it does break down, you want to be very cautious because then it just turns into this. Something like that, where you have to actually break out above this line. Because that's what we're at right now. This is the breakout level. But if this starts coming down here, that's going to be a dangerous level because all it needs is a little bit of momentum to break through those moving averages. So if it's able to bounce, awesome. Maybe something you could do is you could buy off of this 20-day moving average if you're looking for a good opportunity. Otherwise, you're going to be buying on this breakout. I'd be cautious about buying back there because you can just have like a 5% stop loss on it, trailing stop loss preferably, and that way you can at least protect some of those losses in case like you were asleep and it decides to break down below that level. There we are. Okay. Hey, Nomad, I can do one of them for you. Hasbro, yeah. Let's see. Well, actually, I can do both of them. They're both on the watch list thing. But just try to do one next time. Let's see. So Hasbro had a nice breakout. It broke out once here, failed, then it came up here, and now it's zooming up. Let's see. Hey. What the heck? Oh, come on, dude. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. My dog just pooped right next to me. Or puked or something. I don't know what. It's okay, boy. It's okay. Yeah, my dog's puking. Hold on, guys. He might have just eaten something outside he shouldn't have. Or no, he took his dewormer medicine today. That could be it. All right, guys. Give me like 5 minutes or so to deal with my dog. I think Hasbro's fine. It is running into a little bit of resistance, but I think the price target for it should be 101. And as far as DGX, I'll go over that in just 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. Let me do this right here for Bitcoin. I gotta make sure he's not eating it. That's why it smells like kibble. Go right here. Go back to Doge. 5. All right. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta make sure my doggy is okay. I will be right back. I'll turn up the music though. There we go. Alright. Sorry guys, I'll be back. It's okay, boy.
Somebody save me, save me. I'm losing every battle. Somebody save me, save me. I'm losing every battle.
Hey everyone, let me turn on the music very fast. Okay, there we go. Alright, sorry about that. Loki's doing fine. He puked like 3 more times outside, and I took him outside and looked at him. He, I gave him some deworming medicine, so he's not taking well to it, looks like, so I'll have to get a different one or something like that, but he's fine. He, wagging his tail, having fun. Just no food in his stomach right now. I'm gonna let him kind of rest for a little bit, and then afterwards, I'm gonna see if we can handle some food or something like that. And I think he'll be fine. But he's not gonna like being not being able to run around and do all the crazy stuff he likes for a couple minutes. Let's see. Hey, Secret Fishman. Hope you're having a very good evening. Hey, Mellow Man. Hey, Anthony. There we go. All right. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Haram. Hey, C.I. Reed. Let me see right here. And hey, DOGE. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it was definitely a little bit of emergency on my part, but well, not so much of an emergency because I knew it could happen, but you know, it's an emergency when it happens on stream because I have to I have to leave. Let's see. Hey, no Metro. Yeah, no worries, guys. No worries. We're looking okay now. Or he's looking okay. I'm still doing fine. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. But I got worried about it for a second. Whenever a dog pukes, he has that look of sadness, so I just want to make sure he was okay and not like in any pain or anything like that. Alright, and then I also had to clean up the puke all over the floor, because he puked here in my kitchen as I was going to get some cleaning supplies, and then in the garage, and then outside. So I had to clean up all of them, except for the outside one. I don't let the rain do that work, but at the end of it, it's just like a little bit of like watery stuff, nothing else. Okay. Hey, Walker, do I own any NFTs? I do not. They're a cool market. I think they're interesting if you want to buy a few. You know, I'd rather buy crypto associated with NFTs than just buying the NFT itself. The real money seems in NFTs is just to learn how to make them yourselves and then find some way to get people to buy them. If you can do that, I think it's even be much more profitable than if you just try to buy NFT and try to understand how those markets work. I've looked into them a little bit for some of the other subscribers a while back, but yeah, they would just. It didn't seem like I wanted to put any money in there personally, just because they're high risk. If I did want to put some in there, I would have to put some extra money into my high risk portfolio, and then I'd put them into NFTs. Right now, I'm putting a lot of my high risk money into those coins that are under 200 million market caps, whether that be in the metaverse or they belong to an exchange or they just have a cool name and they're brand new to market, right? Those are usually those are usually the coins I like to buy. Or one of the moderators here, Travis, his strategy is whenever he finds a new coin that he likes, he just buys a few $100s worth of it, and whenever it gets put on some type of major exchange, he just sells it right then and there, and for like a 15 to 20% pop, and he does that over and over and over again. But of course, you have to look at the white paper. You have to look, you have to actually look at what the coin is going to do to see if it'll actually be accepted onto a, more mainstream exchange. Let's see. Hey, no, I don't know if it's going to hit the moon, but I expect it's going to hit at least 80, 90 cents on this next bull run here. All right, I think we're okay. All right, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I want to make sure, who was it? Oh, no, Metroid, you just mentioned, so you are here. Okay. So Hasbro's still fun, but let's look at DGX very fast. DGX. All right, there we are. So this just broke out Thursday. We talked about it on Friday here. It looks like it's still doing well. I would still want to be buying this at the moment here. Or, you know, if you took it yet, if you bought it Friday, it's still a good play to me. What I'm looking for though is, especially since the market itself was kind of slow as far as the options market within it, I would look to start scaling out either, you know, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Either one will work okay. Just make sure the market overall is looking okay. But yeah, I would be starting to scale out pretty soon just to make sure you have the ability to sell off some of your options there, because you don't know how many people are actually going to be waiting to buy it. You want to make sure you can actually sell them on a day where it's getting pumped up a lot and the value is increasing dramatically. So don't. If you see your options prices have gone through the roof, understand they've gone up a little bit, but not through the roof. And what you need to do is you need to bid lower than the highest bidder. That way your options will get sold off first, which will make it a lot easier for you down the road. But I think overall it's fine. It still has the momentum breaking out. Monday will be a big day. I don't think we have too many big reports coming out next week. Yeah, middle of the month now. And so I don't think we have to worry about, you know, a crazy inflation report hurting the market or anything like that, or, you know, jobless claims or stuff like that. All right, go back here to 5 on Doge. Looks like Bitcoin's getting a small little pump here, which is pretty interesting to see. We can go watch on the 5-minute chart here. So Bitcoin, like most other things at the moment, are still grinding up. Let's see how much further they can go, but it is nice to see it at the moment. And we were just talking about SHIB as well. Oh, SHIB's not pumping up anymore. It came back down. Okay. All right. I think that'd be good. Anthony, how do I feel about IPO? What is IPO? Hey, Ken. Hope you're doing well, my man. IPO coin? Must not be a coin. Or is it right? Okay. Had a decent breakout here. Bounced up, came back down, then now it's grinding upwards. I would say try to catch it when it comes back down below 67 or so. But I think you might be talking about some type of coin that's not actually on. No, it's not on here either. No. Okay, you must be talking about IPO then. Okay. Yeah. I'd wait to see if it can come back down below $67 or so, and then I'd be taking a position on this one. As far as options, though, there's no breakout happening here, so I'd be careful. Unless you're trying to follow the momentum here and try to ride it for maybe 1.5 more days or something. And now you got to be looking at resistance, which is currently about $70.76. If it's able to break out of that, that's when you can buy options on this ETF here, if they even sell options for it, though. But could be worth taking a peek at. There you go. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of volume right here. That's been nice to see. Okay, there we are. Let's see. Hey, Noah, how much Doge should I hold? As much as you want. Like, it shouldn't be like all of your portfolio. It should only be a small slice of it. You guys should be able to spread your money out among a lot of different altcoins. So if one goes up a lot, you're going to be looking good no matter which one it is, and the rest of them will go up. But, you know, you definitely want a few that aren't just going to go up 100%, but, you know, potentially 1,000% or more, which is why I tell you guys to go after those lower market cap coins under 200 million, and you want to hold on to those for a longer period of time. If you guys are just looking to hold these coins for less than, you know, a week or something like that, then you're going to be looking for whatever coin has momentum, whatever coin is getting a little bit more volume, a little bit more volatile. Those are going to be the coins you're looking to day trade. Let's see. Hey Tom, I was just stating that what a rug pull it is. Oh, that's not for me. Okay, let's see. Hey Namet, that's awesome. That's what I was thinking. Thinking some interesting plays for sure next week. Oh yeah, I'm excited for both of them. It should be interesting to see how both of them play out, and as long as the overall market still stays healthy, I'm not talking about like it can't drop a little bit here, but you know we don't want to see any bad news coming out or any international dispute that causes the markets to go down in that form. Hey Anthony, I do not know what you mean by IPO. If you're talking about like you know a new company coming out or a new coin coming out like IPO, usually I'm aware of what's coming out as long as it has some type of you know media presence, and if I believe in what they're trying to do and I think they have the ability to do so, especially with all the assets, I usually will buy them for a long-term hold, something like what I did with Tesla back in the day. Now, I didn't buy much Tesla, but I bought a little bit, and it's gone up quite a bit even with the split. So that's how I usually feel about IPOs. I think they're good opportunities to buy in that, but you shouldn't be buying every IPO that just kind of comes out there. Let's see. Hey Chef, hi Mike, how have you been? I've been doing pretty well, my man. Taking care of Loki here. He's sick with from some deworming medicine I gave him, but I'm pretty sure I saw he had like a worm where he was licking something that he shouldn't have been licking out back. And so I got him his dosage of worm medicine. I'm pretty sure he probably had a worm or two in his system. I didn't see any when he threw up, but you never know. I usually try to keep him on a good schedule. But overall, I've been doing good. I went to the casino last night and I lost $70, but I was at the casino for like 5 hours and I lost $70. I was pretty darn happy. All right, there we are. Yeah, no worries, Anthony. IPOs are great. They're a great way things to buy at the beginning, especially for down the road. But you have to be willing to hold them for a long period of time, or you can day trade the opening volatility if you wanted to. But I mean, with no moving averages, it's a very hard thing to do on the first day. Do I think the market will recover in this upcoming week? Yeah, we can take a quick peek at the Nasdaq here, the Dow and the S&P 500. Let's see right here. Watch list. So here's the Dow Jones first of all. Let me go to the day chart. So at this moment in time, I knew it was going to be a green day for this one today just because it was bouncing off the 20. As long as this bounce holds, I think we should be good. Probably for maybe 1 or 2 more days. I can see towards the maybe Wednesday or Thursday of next week us breaking down below the 20, then coming all the way back down here to this trend line. I could see that happening. Actually, let me see. Oh, this trend line isn't even the right spot. Why does it do that? Hold on, actually, a second, guys. I want to turn on the magnet. Okay, I'll stretch this out then. There we go. There we go. Somewhere back around here. Now, don't get too caught up in this trend line at the moment. It's just a potential bouncing point. But I think it might fall down below the 20 moving average here, and then I'll take a little bit of a dip, possibly back down. So you might have like 2 to 3 days good next week, and then the rest of them are probably going to be coming breaking down, unless this bounce can do something like this with new highs, new highs, new highs. But usually, you know, all these new highs, it has to take a break sometime or later. S&P 500, you can forget about this line. This is from an old trend line here. This one looks fine as well. It didn't bounce off the 20, but yeah, it's okay. It's just going to have some trouble trying to break to that all-time high level again. As far as the Nasdaq's concerned, somewhat similar move here. Nice green day yesterday. It moved up yesterday. Friday, yeah. It moved up Thursday as well, even though it has a red candle. I think this is a little bit better off here, but I'd still be careful with the market towards like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. Again, unless there's some big news and something good or bad happening. There we are. But I think now that most of the earnings are over, I think we should be in a good spot for the market. Let's see. Hey Chef, yeah, he's doing well. I'm gonna go check on him in a few minutes. I put him in this kennel. I can see him. He's just kind of pouting. So I just want to make sure if he's puking, I can see what's happening, and I can easily clean out his kennel. Let's see. Hey Euro. Hey Tom, if you want to get into Saitama, you definitely can. Oh, I thought I just had corn. I might have just exited out of it. Hold on. There you go. Down 23%. I want to. Is it on TradingView? I hate when it's so new here. Okay, let's go to the 2-hour one. So you do see this huge red candle here today, and it is currently coming down. It looks like. Let me go 30-minute. I would say hold off on buying this personally. It is testing out support, so this thing could easily come back down a little bit more. Be careful with it, but if you wanted to play this, just don't put too much money behind it. Is what I'd be saying right now, because it's currently falling down a little bit more here. A big drop off. Volume is up, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you want to hop into September, just make sure it's a small position, guys. It's a pretty volatile one, and it dropped pretty darn fast, which means somebody sold off a whole bunch in a short amount of time. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Is it possible the market makers do what they can to keep the prices of certain securities stable that has a lot of options and activity in order to for them to expire out of the money? They don't really try to manipulate it too much. What normally happens is word will get around that, hey, something like big is going to happen to this stock, or all the hedge funds know they're all buying these one calls. In particular, not the hedge funds, but the traders themselves. And when that happens, usually what you're going to see is a huge inflation in the price of the options, and it can mess with the theta a little bit going forward. But overall, I don't think they mess with it too much like that. They try to pump up the price to make sure that all of their calls are in the money, unless they're trying to specifically hold something down or keep it down, so they can buy the cheaper calls out of the money, then let it pop, so to speak, and all that, all the money runs in there. Let's see. Hey David, Jasmine. Remember, I know you have a bag for Jasmine, but make sure next time you have a stop loss. So if it does go down, you're just going to be down like 5% or so. And you're not going to be holding a bag at the end of the day, because that's never a fun thing to deal with. At the moment, this doesn't look too hot, as this has been coming down pretty consistently. Let's see. I mean, your next level of support right now is down here at about 16, a little under 16.5 cents, which is where this wick came down. Let me zoom in here a little bit more for you. All right. And that's 12% down, 11.9% down. So I'd be careful with this one. It looks like it's still coming down a bit more. What's on the daily? Wow, I didn't even try to bounce off the 20 here. What might happen is you might get one more pop up here before it ultimately comes back down a little bit more. So I would be careful with this play. This got dumped quite a bit yesterday. How big of a drop was this? Yeah, like a 23% drop. So be careful of it. It's probably going to continue coming down. Your best bet would probably be to do a long-term hold, or just cut your losses and move this money somewhere else where it can make you more money, and that way you can at least start to recover those losses from this play. Let's see. I know this is pretty volatile, but I just want to see if this is... Yeah, it's holding the fib level right here, so it does have a little bit of support here at 7.1734 cents, about 17, a little under 17.5 cents. It does have a little bit of support there at the moment, which is a good sign for it. It might try to bounce back up here or so. You might have a better opportunity to sell up here for at least to recoup some of those bags. And hey, Ken, Ethereum breakdown. Did it break down below its trend line? Let me see. Because Ethereum has a pretty solid trend line right here. Yeah, right here. Let me pull up Bitcoin just for a second. So it's grinding upwards so far. If it does break down below this trend line, then yeah, it'll possibly come back down here for 4,382. And then I might come all the way back down here to maybe around $4,000 level for a better opportunity to buy in. But at the moment, you're using this trend line as a support level. If it does break down, then you could start, thinking, okay, well, Ethereum's gonna take a pretty big drop down. Be careful of be careful of losing a few percent on that drop. So if Ethereum does break down here, let's say today or tomorrow and it breaks down from about 4,638, it's not the exact level, but we're just going to go with it. If it does break down and it comes to test out this level, it's 5% down. If it comes out to test out the 50-day moving average here, that's probably going to be about 10% loss for Ethereum. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but you know, I could definitely see that happening here if we do have that breakdown. But you're going to be looking at the first level of support. Actually, here, hold on. Nope, that's not a good fib level. Okay, resistance, 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 pop. Okay, it works a little bit of the time up here. Okay, it might come back down to $4,131, or probably somewhere around $4,000. Just think about it like that. So I would lose a considerable amount, and that'd be a good buying opportunity if you wanted to hop into Ethereum. But right now, it's on the verge of breaking down. If it kind of doesn't do much over the next few hours or so, excuse me, next 2 days. This is what it looks like on the 5, or excuse me, the 15. It's pretty darn close. It's been close before, like right there. If we could come down a little more right there, and you know, pretty close right there, pretty close right here. Well, this is one of the tipping points. So it has been close before. Usually during those opportunities or when people like to buy. But if it does end up breaking down and it starts coming, you know, back down to maybe 4,400s level, then yeah, you could be concerned that we're gonna have a breakdown, and then you want to sell off your Ethereum. All right. Yeah, there we go. Dogecoin doesn't have much volatility at the moment. Okay, there we go with Bitcoin. Put it back on the 15 so we can see this overall movement that's happening right now. I'm hoping it can continue. All right. Let's see. I see it's bouncing off the 20-day, but I don't know if it hit. Oh, the 20 on the hour chart. Here, let me just do a quick peek right here. On the hour chart. Oh, it's already broken down below that one. But yeah, I don't think it has much support until that trend line. Maybe the 200 on the 2-hour chart. But yeah, what you mostly want to be looking at is this trend line at the moment. Alright. There we are. Hey, Heaton. She's doing well. So I left her at the hospital around like 8:30. I talked to you guys a little bit on the stream, but I was with her for like 8 hours in the waiting room, and then my grandma came to relieve me because she got back from her vacation that day, and then I think she was only there for like another hour afterwards because I stayed with my mom all the way until they checked her blood, and then my mom was like, "Don't you aren't you going out with your friend Keegan?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am, but you know, he can wait for me a little bit." But she was like, "Get out of here." So I came over here for a little bit, got dressed, and then went to the casino for 5 hours. I got back home around 2:30 or something in the morning, and I came back and my mom was sitting on my sofa, so she didn't have to stay the night at the hospital. They checked her out. She said she was fine. They said that some of her like levels were off, and it's not too hard of a fix. They just told her to change up her doses on her medication, so she's gonna be doing fine this week. But she needs to start exercising more. That's what the doctor said. So I'm gonna pimp out her treadmill that I bought her, and I'm gonna raise up the arms a little bit, change up some of the speed settings so she can just use it at very slow mode, or she can do all that stuff herself. But I'm gonna fix up the arm stuff for her. But yeah, she's doing fine, Ahe, and thanks for asking. Let's see. Do I think Disney is worth filling up some long calls on Monday? I'd be careful with Disney. Their Disney Plus numbers are pretty darn abysmal. So you could hop on if you wanted to for maybe a short rebound, just because you are going to see a lot of people buying longs on it. So maybe some long calls wouldn't be a bad option. I wouldn't buy too many just because we really don't know how the market's going to look in a few years. Excuse me, in a few months. But you know, not too many, but it's definitely a play worth looking at. I usually wait to see for some good candles so I can start seeing a recovery from them. But that's personally just how I trade, because I don't want it to be something like Boeing, which you think it's going to go up, but it just keeps on going on down and down and down and stuff like that. VUG ETF, I have no idea what that is, but I can look at the technicals for you. Oh, Vanguard. Oh, okay. I actually know this ETF quite well. I have quite a bit of this. I don't call it VUG though. I think it's fun. It kind of looks just a lot like the Dow to me. And so it's just I put some money here just because I think the overall market is going to continue to always go up, and so this kind of just ensures I'm growing at market pace. I like it. I would say this is one of the more safer plays, so I feel comfortable putting more money behind these, only for, of course, retirement plays personally, or if you want to have some type of investment account where you're kind of like putting some money aside for savings for your kid or something like that. This is going to be more for that ETF. And so yeah, I haven't looked at the VUG in a while, but yeah, it normally just follows the Nasdaq. That's pretty much why. Oh, excuse me, the Dow. That's why I never look at it. It looks almost identical to the Dow Jones, from coming down here to the breakout, then pumping up even more, taking the 3 days down, and then boom, popping off right there. So this is exactly like the Dow in my eyes. There we are. Oh, no worries, Ken. There's a lot of freaking trend lines. Trust me, there's a lot of freaking trend lines there. Let's see. Hey, Steve. Good evening, Mike. I got Solana breaking out as well on the hidden bullish divergence in the 4-hour. Oh, let's see what's happening with Sol. Bouncing off the 20, looking for a nice little move right there. Definitely happened. I do see. Let's see. This thing has been surging. Let's see what you said. If this thing can break above that 50 and hold, I think it'll be a good play. But overall, this thing is still pretty bullish. I'll go back over here very fast. Hey, Nomad, approximately 25 minutes before a Taproot upgrade. Oh, that'll be interesting. I want to see how the price works out. You have seen some exchanges actually close down a little bit of Bitcoin buying and selling just because of that, the new update. Let's see. What do I think about ADA? I think it's good. I think it's due for a pop here pretty soon. I've been accumulating some of it. I like it. I think it's better for a long-term hold. But at the moment, I do think it's like in the next week or so, it should have a nice pop off above like 10 to 20% type of pop off. Boeing made me so mad. It always keeps going down. Yeah, Boeing should be okay pretty soon, guys. Let me go right here. You know, pandemic is kind of over. I think people want it to continue, but you know, it's for the most part, it's almost over. It's close to breaking out. We had two trend lines, one from here to here, but once you adjust it for the new wick, you could see that you had to be careful with it. If it's able to hold above this trend line here sometime next week, I'm definitely going to buy some Boeing calls, and then I'll be doubling down on those Boeing calls if we can actually break above the 200 here and hold. That's going to be my strategy for this one. And that's if it breaks out next week, because if not, we're going to have to deal with all the moving averages as we come down, which will not be a fun experience. But, I mean, this is really due for a move here. I mean, this downward channel, perfect. It's holding support here at $204. If it does break out here, that's going to be a very, very good move for Boeing. And look at Boeing still has a lot of room to make up. Since, you know, what is this? You know, right before COVID started. So I could easily see this breaking out into a gap up where you would probably even want to buy calls for Boeing that aren't just like short term, like 2 to 3 weeks, but buying them out, like, you know, for a couple months and making sure they can be in the money. And these things will just print money as it gaps back up here to about $300 or so. The 300 is right here. Yeah, I'd say $300. $325. I mean, this could be just freaking amazing here. The only thing that's going to happen is, though, we have earnings reports, which can be pesky. The last earnings report was right here, and that caused the price to come down, but it rebounded pretty well afterwards. So, you know, maybe you can time them before the January 26th. But I think overall this is still a great play here. And I bought some actual Boeing shares down here just because, I mean, it's going to come back up here eventually, guys. Eventually it is. The only thing I was pretty disappointed with Boeing about personally, is that you see there's no D's after this date, February 2020, and that's because they stopped doing dividends because of their troubles with their airplanes. You know, more than one trouble, so they have multiple. But yeah, so that's something I didn't like too much about Boeing, as they took away their dividends, which is a very bad look, a very, very bad look for a company that's had dividends for like ever. But Boeing should be good in the future. Like, I'm just waiting for it to have a nice pop off. Hey everyone, where do I see mana? Let's see. Right here, mana tether. As long as Bitcoin keeps on grinding and it goes to another all-time high before, you know, around the end of the year, I could see this getting up to at least $6 or so, maybe $7. Above that, you know, it could. The way this chart is setting up, though, is it looks like it wants to have a long consolidation period after having an amazing pop-off. This breakout was about 584% up. Usually it doesn't just go down and like rip back up all the way. It usually has a long consolidation period. Then it'll break out sometime, you know, maybe towards January, so I'm not, you know, sometime around there. So I think it'll be fine, but just be careful if you wanted to buy it right now. I'd probably wait to see if it comes back down toward the 20. If it's able to come down to the 20-day moving average, that's when, not if it does, it will. That's when you want to pull the you know, strike on, open a position on. Sorry guys. Oop, yeah, open a position on it. There we go. So close. Dogecoin's breakout spot is up here. Not a big breakout, but a smaller one. Let's see. If it gets FA, F-A-F-P-H-A, excuse me. Oh, it's on here. Sweet. Okay. So this must be pretty new on Binance. Just let me see if I can find one on KuCoin. Is it longer? Chart. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see. Market cap at 200 million. I would love this as a long-term hold. Now, looking at the chart, it looks like it's gone down a little bit, not too much. It's pretty much been trading this channel ever since it was opened up. So the way I would trade this, I would put like $100 down on it and just let it sit. But if it ever did break $1.42, way up here on the top side of the channel, I would buy some, because then it would be on a full breakout mode, or it would be going like somewhat like a SHIB play. So, but maybe a little bit more aggressive than SHIB. So I think this would be a good play to have. You know, you don't have to buy like $100 worth. You don't have to buy any of it. But if you did want to buy in here, what I'd be looking to do is just buy a little bit every few days, and that way you can, if it does go down a little bit more, or has a big dip or something like that, you can definitely take advantage of that and get more coins for a cheaper price. Especially because some of these dips go down to like 47 cents or so, and that 47 cents is like 35% less than where it is now. So you could definitely take just a small position every week and play it like that. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. So whenever it does end up blowing up, since it has such a small market cap, you're going to be looking at great gains in the future on this one. But preferably, you're going to want to be doing a long-term hold on this. Short-term, you could try to play this breakout right there. You could try to play that breakout. Back up here. Wait for it. There we are. Hey Alex, how's Seattle? It's doing fine. I live down in Tacoma now, or even south of Tacoma. I kind of got tired of Seattle. There's a lot of homeless people there, and it wasn't getting any better, especially for how much my place cost. But Seattle's fine. It's nice. All the restaurants are opening back up, so it is a lovely time. Only thing is, it's been pouring down rain over here for the past like week and a half, so get used to that normal Seattle weather. Let's see. Alex, the OMG network. I gotta take a quick peek at it very fast. Let's see. We got the daily. Oh, this took a pretty nasty hit yesterday. So this thing is pretty bearish at the moment. Maybe it'll try to find some. Could try to find some help. Oof. I guess it is kind of close to support. It did stop off at support. Hold on. Yeah, maybe it can try to hold right here and stay around support at $11.41. But if it breaks down below that, it's going to come back down to like under $10, which is going to be pretty bad for this one. So be very, very careful of this play at the moment. This probably created a whole bunch of bag holders. And if it keeps on falling down, you're going to see bag holders start to drop their bags or just let their bags get even, like, you know, even more losses. So I would say be very, very careful on this one at the moment. Be very, very careful. And then somebody asked me about AMD here a couple seconds ago. Let's look at that. There we go. So personally, I would have only bought this on the breakout point right here, or as it broke out above this horizontal trend line from right here and here. Right, that was a nice breakout, even though you had to wait a couple days to make the gains on it. For the moment, I wouldn't be buying this. I'd just be waiting for a pattern to emerge here over the next few weeks, and then I'd be looking to trade that pattern, because this thing has gone up pretty aggressively since the breakout. It's up currently 39%. You know, usually stocks don't pump up like that too often without coming down afterwards. So just take a quick peek here. I mean, they usually come back down. They usually come back down after like these really nice rallies. So and even here from earlier in the year, nice rally, came screaming back down. So I'd be careful with AMD at the moment. It's definitely something to have on your watch list. I have this on my watch list all the time. But as far as buying it right now, I'd be very cautious unless we're expecting some type of very good news from AMD, or they have some type of event coming up, something that can give this some juice, some volume hopping into it. Because right now, everybody's in their family is trading Tesla at the moment. The reason I typed it like that is it wouldn't let me type the actual word. Oh, no worries, my man. It's fine. Let's see. XLM. Yeah, XLM is fine. It hasn't been doing too much here. Where's XLM? There we go. Still grinding. Coming down. Probably going to break down below the 20-day moving average right here. If you're looking to buy some, I'd probably look to buy some anywhere between 36 cents and 37 cents. I think that's a decent entry price. Watch this trend line very closely. A lot of crypto at the moment is looking like it's coming closer and closer to its bottom trend lines. So if that does end up breaking down, it's going to come back down to 31 cents or so. So that'd be pretty bad. Of course, you're going to become a bag holder at that point. So make sure you have a 10% or a 5% stop loss on, just in case it does break down. Currently, a 5% stop loss that wouldn't even cover the trend line there, so you might want to have a 10% stop loss if you were doing it right now. Otherwise, you would probably want to hold or buy some more on this bounce opportunity here from the 50 moving average and the 200 on the daily chart, and then see if you can ride it up here to this breakout. The good thing happening for Lumen at the moment, though, is you do see the 50-day moving average is looking to cross above the 200, and that's what's called a golden cross, which is a very bullish sign. Usually when you have golden crosses, it usually signifies some big movement. So you see this right here, golden cross, 50 crossing over the 200. Now this is on the this is on the 15-minute chart, so a little bit different, but still 50 crossing over the 200. And when you see pop, it doesn't always happen, but it's usually a good indicator. Crypto, it's not as effective as it is in the stock market, but I would still use it as a bullish indicator, just not like the only indicator that you're looking at. So it does have a good sign here. I'm still waiting for it to grind up, but it needs to break above the 44-cent level before it starts going big money. Hey Quinn, it stayed dry in Seattle today, just long enough for us to plant some trees. It started pouring after that. Hey, I'm happy we were able to plant some trees. I had my dog outside today, and he was just like, I opened the door to let him use the bathroom, and he was just like I'm not using the bathroom out there. So I ran out there with him with my jack, and then if I go out in the rain, he'll come out with me because he doesn't want to leave my side. So then he was able to go to the bathroom. See, hey Heaton, have I talked about Bitcoin? Yeah, right now what we're looking at overall, there we go. Where am I looking at? There we go. Delete that before I move on to fibs. There you go. So what we saw is it coming up, came back down, all that good stuff. It went to the all-time high at $69,000, and it came right down smack to the Fibonacci level. A little bit lower than it, but just a teeny bit, and it was able to bounce back up. And right now you're seeing Bitcoin try to curl back up here. I think Bitcoin eventually is going to try to come back here and tap down on this trend line here. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Oop. Hello. Got out of the gate. Oh, okay. You okay? There we go. New York, yeah. And then from there, it'll try to bounce up there. It'll try to make a move to the all-time highs again. Now we need whale support in order to do that, though. What you just want to be cautious of for now is if Bitcoin does come back down here and break down below the 20-day moving average, and let's say it comes back down here to like $63,000 or so, which is like a little over $1,000 away from where we are now. If it does end up breaking down, you could see us coming potentially back down here to like the high $50,000 range, $59,000, $60,000-ish range, and that's where I would probably be looking to load up on a bunch of coins. Now, you know, we don't know if that's going to happen or not. It may just come back down here and bounce off and continue the movement, which would be a nice bullish price action. But if it does end up breaking down, you know, I'm not too concerned about Bitcoin, but I would be making sure that a lot of you guys are watching your altcoins, because while Bitcoin may just fall like a few percent, your altcoins will probably fall about like 20 to 25%. Not that high, but you know, like 10 to 15% potentially. Especially as a breakdown usually has a little bit more, you know, it's more volatile in the downward direction. Hey Aaron, yeah, I sure can. PLA, let me see. Play USD, okay, there we go. There we go. This one did have that crazy wick. I don't know if this was actually real or not, or if it was just like somebody, I don't know what was happening there. But I think right now this is still a decent play to be looking at. You know, I personally would have wanted to buy off the 20. Usually the first tap on the 20-day moving average after a big breakout, that's usually a pretty confident place to be buying in at. At the moment, you know, I wouldn't be buying this, but I'd just be holding what I had. If you're looking to buy this, I would say try to let it come back down to under $1.50. That's personally where I'd be more inclined to buy this at the moment. But I do think this upward momentum is a good thing. I just want to see volume start to increase here as well. I don't see volume moving up to the same degree I would want. And so until I see volume coming up, I really wouldn't be trading this all too much. But I think overall it's still a good holding play. Just not so much buying at the moment. Let it come down a little bit, then I'd be taking a bite out of it. There we are. Alright, you okay? Oops, don't hit your head. Ooh, you're all dry now from all the rain. Okay, good boy. Okay, I'm not going to play with you because you have an upset stomach, but I will give you pet rubs. Hey, Crypto Corp, coming to Washington for the Thanksgiving first time. Staying in Tulalip. Oh, that's nice. And I definitely will be going downtown. I'll say hi if I see you. Yeah, Tulalip's a really nice place. They have a good casino out there as well. I haven't been over to Tulalip in such a long time, but it's really fun up there. Washington has a lot of fun spots. There we go. And hopefully it's not too wet when you came over. Hey Alex, can you show us how to create a Fibonacci? Yeah, so Fibonacci's aren't like you can draw Fibonacci, but it won't always give you the exact information you're looking at. So for now, let me actually just look up Bitcoin, and I'll put up a Bitcoin. Oh, jeez. There you go. Let me do Bitcoin USD on Coinbase. I'm pretty sure, and I'll delete all the drawings. So if you guys ever want to learn how to do a Fibonacci level, normally what you're doing is your basic sense, you're going to go over to trading view. Over here, there's this, on the third one, underneath the horizontal line one, or underneath the trend lines and whatnot. I wish it actually named the tab. We're going to click on right over here. You're going to see a whole bunch of list of different things you can do. You can do GAN boxes, Fib time zones, Fib channel, inside pitchfork, whatever. And you're going to be doing the Fib retractment. Fib retractment. It goes up and you're looking to see how far it's going to come down for a buying opportunity. And then what you normally do is you go from the bottom of the run. You're looking for the run. Okay, and then what you do, you tap on this right here, and you're going to go all the way to the top, and you're going to see if things match up. So you see there's a little bit of resistance here, so it met with that line, it didn't meet with that line, a little bit worked out here. The Fibonacci line has been holding here with one exception there, but it didn't come down this far. So it's an okay Fibonacci level. You can get a little bit of information out of this. You can see that the Fib level right here, according to this one, is around 59,789. It's okay, but what you can do instead to see if it's a better one, you can see there's another big run right here instead of looking at the totality of it. You can go from that. Oh, and you're always going to the top of the run, to the high. Okay, always to the high. Before we had this big boom, we were looking at the Fibonacci level where the high was right there. Okay, so find the low point right before the breakout happens. Make sure this top line, which is gray, right, it goes right on top, and you're going to be looking again. Is anything matching up? Anything matching up? A little bit of resistance here, some resistance here, some support right there, some resistance all the way here. So it does work out a little bit. It does not. This isn't as nice as it is on the Bitcoin chart, personally. Excuse me, not the Bitcoin, the Binance chart. Coinbase's chart is a little bit different, but it does its job decently. So you can see this Fibonacci level at the moment is for $62,277, and that's where it thinks it may hold. The good thing about this is you can see on this last breakdown we had over the past few days, it tapped right on that line, which is a very, very good sign for this Fibonacci level. And that would have been the time to buy if you were actually looking to buy on those Fibonacci levels. But again, it doesn't always tap right there, but right here it tapped right down on it as well. So that was another good opportunity. And what do you know? It retracted down to the level. It retracted down to the level. Now, this one may be a little bit different here, so let me see, actually. No fib. So back before we had this level, we had to go up this Fibonacci, and this one was a little bit lower, so it didn't help us out as much. But this support helped us out a little bit, I guess. Oh, there we go. So Fibonacci's don't work 100% of the time, but they are great levels to find out how far they're going to be pulling back down at. Especially if it hasn't been too volatile. Bitcoin overall has been like volatile, it's been good, but it hasn't been like crazy volatile in terms of like SHIB, where it's like dropped off like 40% in a week. Bitcoin hasn't done anything crazy like that. There we go. And there are slight differences to each chart, whether you use the Binance chart or the Coinbase chart. I prefer using the Binance charts because I think more volume actually flows to them, or that they just have the act together as far as how to run a charting software. All right, let me go back over here. Ooh, somebody just tried to short Bitcoin here. There we go. Okay, you're scratching your ear. That's fine. Go to Dogecoin 5. Alright. Yeah, somebody just tried to short Bitcoin a little bit here. That's pretty interesting. Let's see. I've heard of side time, if you want to buy into it, go for it, but it's pretty risky at the moment, just because of that huge drop. You'd only want to buy a little bit of it at the moment. Let's see. Hey, Burning Daylight. Happy to see you as well, my man. Oh, hey, Moody Hill. Sorry, my man. I missed your question. Let's see. TRX. Yeah, I can take a quick peek at it here. All right. TRX Tether. This one looks fine. It's trying to just fill the gap, basically, and it's pretty much done that. Grinding it fine. You know, this is something I'd want to be holding but not buying. This has already moved it quite a bit. I think there's going to be better plays out there right now. But if you're in this and you're holding, I think it's still a good play. Short term though, I'm going to go to the 4 hour. You know, watch out for this trend line breakdown. Looks like it may try to consolidate a little bit more before having another breakout. I think you're fine if you're going to be holding this. But, you know, depending on when you bought this, I'd probably use the 50-day moving average as a good level as a stop loss just to protect some of those profits that you've been making. Or you could just have a 10% trailing stop loss right now because this could come back down a little bit more and then try to rebound later on. So overall, I mean, I think it's fine. TRX has been looking okay over the past few days. But what I've been seeing, not just now, but there's been a lot of coins, like Ethereum is one example as well, where they're all testing their trend lines for a potential breakdown. And then at the same time, you're seeing Bitcoin just at this moment in time trying to get shorted a little bit here. So just be very careful. Most of your coins will be doing well unless Bitcoin takes a big tumble down here. Then you got to be really watching everything, and you already see how a lot of the coins right now are coming down. Even SHIB is coming down after off of its, you know, it was doing a little bit better earlier in the day. Now it's not doing so hot. You okay? Okay. No more throwing up, please. At least what was shorted right here got eaten up. What? No. This is okay. Let me massage you very fast. It's okay. It's okay. I know. It's okay. Don't look sad. You just got me worried. Hold on a second. I will be right back, guys. I will be right back. He's gonna puke again, and I just want to make sure he does it outside, so I don't actually have to clean up. Hey! Look up! I'll be right back, guys, and I will. I just turned up the music for you guys. All right, I will be right back. Come on, boy. Come on. Let's go outside. It's okay. Come on. Let's go. Come on. It's okay. I'm even gonna carry you. Alright everybody, sorry about that, I'm back. He didn't throw up this time, but he was gagging, so I think he may puke in the, I don't know, in the future while I'm streaming. Let's go back over here. Hey Alex, if you're down on your OMG network play, what was your stop loss on that play? That stop loss will tell you if you need to sell or you need to hold a little bit longer. That way you don't become a bag holder. You should always have a stop loss before you start and open a position. If you don't have an exchange that lets you do stop losses, I recommend at least trying to find one, especially because Robinhood and Webull, as nice as apps as they can be, and some other ones as well, finding stop losses on those platforms are not that easy. I have 2 links below, maybe 3 or something like that. All those exchanges have stop losses. I think that'd be good for you, but just make sure you have some type of stop loss before you get trading. Usually 5 to 10% stop loss is pretty standard, so you could sell off and just move on to a different play. Usually I have either a 5 or 10% stop loss unless I'm trading with leverage, and then it's like a whole different ball game. But yeah, usually make sure you have that stop loss on there next time, and make sure you have an exchange that allows you to have stop losses. Hey Wojak, nice to see you back, my man. Let's see. Hey Mark, I thought my couple, how's your mom doing? Hugs for Loki. Mom's doing fine. She's at her place. I just talked to her a little bit ago before the stream. She's doing really good. Okay. She didn't have to stay the night at the hospital, which is nice to say. And then I got her some pizza for dinner tonight from Papa Murphy's. Since her and my sister love Papa Murphy's pizza, I bought them the gourmet vegetarian, and I got through the drive-thru, so it's pretty nice. But she's doing fine. She needs to work out more, and then they changed up her medication a little bit, and then that seems to be all there is to it. And I think they gave her a head scan just to make sure she wasn't having a stroke or something like that. And luckily she was not having a stroke. At least another one, right? But yeah, she's doing fine. Loki, on the other hand, he has worms right now. I was giving him some medication, but I guess I didn't realize it because I don't really, like, to me the dog is the same size he was when I got him. He's outgrown the medication size. So for all the dewormer I was giving him, it was for a smaller dog, like 10 pounds smaller. Today was the first day I weighed him in a while since the vet a while ago. And so the dewormer pills I was giving him, they weren't strong enough to kill the things, apparently. The worms. So like he has a few worms, and he's been puking up the medicine, which hasn't been fun, but he's getting all the worms out of his system. So he's having a strong time. So I can't catch a break, but it doesn't matter. It's the weekend. Tomorrow I'm taking the day off and I'm relaxing in bed. Then I'm going to play with Loki outside all day, and I think after all these worms are out of his system over the next couple days, he'll be ready to keep on playing and whatnot. Let's see. Hey CBD, after you buy with the stop loss, can you adjust it later on or take it off, or would you have to sell it? No, you can always adjust the stop loss. You can buy it. You can buy a crypto, and you can, most of the time when you buy crypto, it doesn't even have a stop loss on it in the first place. You have to add it on after you buy it. So, like here, here's one of the exchanges I use. I have a link to it down below if you guys want to try it out. But let's say I wanted to do futures, okay? This is this is the paper trading account, paper trading, fake money basically. Okay, so let's say I wanted to make an order here, and let's say I wanted to buy, I don't know, do something crazy like 100x leverage, just so I can show you what it would look like. And this is Bitcoin. Let's go to the 1 minute here. Let's say, okay, let's say I wanted to short this. So I want to short $10,000. Okay. You can put the stop loss on right now, so the stop loss price or the take profit price. Let me just do sell short. Let me make it a flash short so it just actually executes here. Okay, 10,000. Sell short. Oh, okay. I don't paper trade on here much, so my bad. 5,000. Sell short. 1,000. Okay, there you go. Okay. now I have this order right here, and you see how it looks like this. There's a little button right here that says take profit or stop loss. So take profit is the opposite. So you know if it hits a certain level, you can make your money back off of it. But if I have a stop loss, I tap on it. Stop market orders execute when the stop profit loss price is reached. The optimal price will activate. Okay, do not remind me again. Whatever, I know. And then you can do it by percentage on here, or the actual amount of money you're willing to lose off of the trade. And so yeah, it's very simple. Or you can do it percentage wise, but most people just do it like a certain price because they're looking at a certain level of resistance or a certain level of support, whether you're trying to take your profit or sell. But yeah, it's definitely worth having them. But the question is that like I just did a fake trade right here. There's no stop loss on it right now. So if it ended up going up here, since I'm shorting, I would lose a whole bunch of money and it would go. Now this is 100x leverage, so we'll come back to it in a few minutes and we'll see how crazy it's gone up or down. But these usually move pretty fast with the waves. But yeah, and you can see the short position right there is when I started the position. And yeah, so it works out pretty well. There's tons of exchanges. They all have their own versions of this, but it's definitely worth getting onto an exchange that has one. And I highly recommend BitGet and Femex, the ones I have down below. And if you're outside the United States of America, I'd also recommend Binance. I don't have a Binance link below, but I still like Binance, just because it is like the good one to go off of. Yeah, is there any other ones I would use the stop loss for? If you guys want to do long-term investing with Bitcoin and have it into like a crypto retirement account, which is pretty cool, I have a link for that down below, but I don't think many people think of that long-term. But yeah, so we'll come back to it in a few minutes and we'll see how it turns out. I didn't really look at the technicals all too much. I just wanted to see if we'd lose a little bit of money and if a stop loss would trigger, but it's not volatile enough just at this moment in time. Let's see. Hey, Heaton and rice only for the whole day. Oh, that might actually be a good idea for Loki as well, because he definitely needs some food that's not kibble. Because he just puked up huge mounds of food a few minutes ago. Oh, he didn't. No, he didn't puke up kibble. He puked up what do you call those things? Northwest Naturals lamb. He like lamb meat. Hey, Burning Daylight. One of the hardest things for me to do is take profit. Do you have a certain percentage of gains in mind when you take profit? Not really. It usually goes off of different resistance points. So as long as it keeps on moving up, I'm going to keep on holding. What you're going to be doing instead of just selling all at one point, though, is you're going to start scaling out of your position. So instead of just well, it depends on the coin, because each coin, if it's a coin you can buy on an exchange that's very simple, you're good. If it's something like a pancake swap or something like that, it could be a very pain in the butt to try to like scale out of them. So it's better to just sell all of it at once. But if you wanted to, let me see exactly how to phrase this. If your coin is doing very, very well, don't feel like you have to keep on holding it for even more and more profits. If your coin is like up 50% in like the last 2 days or something crazy like that, sell 25% of it. Lock in those profits. Be a happy guy. Even if it's up like 10% over like a 1 day's period of time, sell off 10% just to make sure you lock in some profits there. As long as you're locking in those profits, you're going to be fine. Like if we go back to this paper trade I just made here very fast, you're going to see realized profit and unrealized profit. You're going to notice that realized profit is 0 and unrealized profit is, just a little bit of Bitcoin here. So what that means is until you actually sell, you close the position, whether it's part of it or all of it, you really haven't made any money. So you have to make sure you start scaling out just a little bit here. If this ends up going up, I'll show you what scaling out would look like. It'd be like closing the position, but instead of doing the closing amount, maybe I'll just solve 25% instead of 100% of the overall position. And you don't even have to do 25%. You can do like just 500 of it, and then you can hit close. So you decide how it works out. But yeah, definitely consider learning how to scale out of your positions. And I usually scale out as we hit certain levels of resistance. The position's up like 5% right now. Oh yeah, we are going down a little bit. That's nice to see. Well, not nice for Bitcoin, but for the position. What's something that I was able to scale out of? Okay, we'll go back to Apple from back in July. Tesla is something else you could scale out from as well. So here's a short-term one. Apple broke out here at $143. If you bought options, this move would have been like 40% or so. You could have started to scale out right here just in case it was not able to break above the 50-day moving average and might have gotten rejected down a little bit, and that would have been a bad move for your money. So you wanted just to make sure you were able to sell some off here. And now that it went up, you could definitely continue holding on a little bit more. Or in this example, this is when I did more trading here in July. Breakout, I scaled out around here because I was worried that we are going to run into this level of resistance. It managed to hold up above it. It was really nice to see. I held on for a little bit longer, then I scaled out here, and then by the end I was all out of my position right here, or actually right here on this red day. And it even went up even higher, but you know, I had options, and anywhere I wanted to scale out of my position just to like lock in the profits. Buy on the breakout, lock in profits, lock in profits, lock in profits, lock in profits. And I think if you go look at some of these paper trades or this trades, replay. No, this is too new. Maybe you'll see I have 100 Apple calls here. Okay, 100 Apple calls, but in the beginning you'll see that there are desktop, YouTube files. Oh, that's Audacity. Echo extras. You'll see I started off with no. Was all these new? Or maybe all these are new. Yeah. All right, hold on. Really? Oh, maybe this is it. Okay, yeah, I had 100 at the last picture, 200, 520. I was slowly scaling out of my position. So by the end of it, I barely had any calls, but I was still making money as it was still going up. So if you feel like if you feel like you're holding on too long, or you're just not taking the profits, when you have profits, it's an okay time to sell some of them off, as long as the profit isn't, as long as you're still taking a profit off the table. And by that I mean just watch out for the fees if you're trying to scale out. Sometimes the fees can make it not worth scaling out until you have a pretty sizable return. Hey Morgoth, I'm glad she's doing well and you got to enjoy some pizza. Oh snap, poor Loki. Yeah, I know. I feel bad for Loki. So the thing about me though, it's not the puking that annoys me when it comes to Loki, because I feel bad and I give him pets and he's gonna be fine. It's that when he pukes, I have to go get him real fast, otherwise he'll try to eat the puke back up. And so I'm like, Loki, no. But that's like a dog thing, but I'm just like, don't do it, man, don't do it. And I have to make eye contact. I have to give him some type of treat right away, like, hey, look at this thing. And I make sure he drinks a little teeny bit of water just to make sure his teeth aren't gonna get all acid burned and whatnot. Let's see. Hey Bized, why is Doge not going to $1? Doge is being held down by whales, at least this is my opinion. And the fact that there's so many new Doge coming out every day because there is a limited supply, it is hurting the price of it. Now that doesn't mean it's not going to hit all-time highs again in the future. I do think it will. But until that happens, Dogecoin is going to be something you have to plop some money down into, and you have to be able to hold and wait through some volatile times, because for the most people, they buy Dogecoin hoping for that's going to go up, and when it doesn't go up in their time frame, they end up selling for a loss, and then then they just don't go back into it. So I would say Dogecoin is fine, but it is being held down for a reason at this moment in time. By who? Who knows? But it is being held down. It's had some very nice pops over the last few weeks, but every time it pops, it likes to come back down. And so a good way to trade Dogecoin until it actually does have that big boom pop where it goes to all-time highs again, whatever that happens during altcoin season. The way to play it is just usually to buy some when it's pretty low, wait for it to have a spike, and on that spike you could expect anywhere from 3% returns all the way to 10% returns, and then you're going to be selling it off right then and there, and then take your profit, then wait for it to drop back down a considerable amount again, usually like a penny or two, and then you want to be buying it and doing it again and again and again and again and again. Because overall, Dogecoin is grinding upwards, but it's sideways upwards. It's more like a gradual incline with a little bit of spikes in there every now and again. All right, we should be good. All right, everybody, I'm gonna call it a night right now. It's like 15 minutes earlier than what I wanted to do, but I want to go make sure like Loki's doing okay. I want to be able to kind of watch him and just observe to see how he's doing for the next for tonight, and then since I have my day off is tomorrow, he should be able I'll be able to watch him all day tomorrow as well. And then before I do go here, you can see this short. It's up 10%. I would take that profit right here. I can do take profit at 1%, maybe 9% here. I can hit confirm. Oh, take a profit price. Oh, I don't know. What price is that now? 64,000. Okay, 64,690. So if it comes down a little bit more, it would close. Yep. Okay, there we are. I don't know what percentage I set for it. But so if Bitcoin did come down a little bit more, you would see this position actually close. I don't know if it is, but let's see. It has to take one more leg down. It might be bouncing. No, it wants to come down. There we go. Did it close? No, it didn't close. Alright, but that's how the stop loss would work, or the take profit would normally work. Alright, everybody, have a good rest of the night, and sorry about that. Yeah, I gotta make sure Loki is doing A-okay here. The one thing I do need to do here is, there we are. Okay. Oh, now it's having a little spike. That spike is going to kill this potential option here. Oh, it's only down 5%. It's only up 5%. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Making sure. There we go. Okay. I will see all of you guys later, and thank you for watching the stream tonight. I will see you guys Monday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks.